Okay, so we're trying to take the derivative of 1 plus the square root of 3x over 1 minus the square root of 3x. And so we know that we're going to have to use the quotient rule here. I think I'm going to go ahead and just take the derivatives of the top and the bottom here and just sort of write all this out. Let's see. If I let u equal 1 plus the square root of 3x, then I'm going to go ahead and rewrite that as 1 plus 3x to the 1/2. Then u prime is going to be, let's see, okay, the derivative of 1 is just 0. And here I have to use the chain rule, so I get 1/2 3x. I'm going to subtract that exponent by 1 to get a negative 1/2. And now the chain rule says multiply by the derivative of the inside, which just gives me a 3. Looks like what I'm left with here is a 3 times 1/2, and then I've got a 3x that's raised to the negative 1/2. That will go downstairs and become the square root. So I've got something like 3 over 2 square root of 3x. Okay, so let's think about what v is. Okay, v is the denominator here, so that's 1 minus the square root of 3x. And I'm going to do this very similar to what I did up here. That is 1 minus, I'm going to write that as 3x to the 1/2. And so v prime is going to be, let's see, this will give me a negative 1/2, 3x, subtract that exponent by 1, and multiply by the derivative of the inside. That's what the chain rule is telling us to do. And looks like when I clean all this up right here, I get something like negative 3 over 2 square root of x. Okay, so I've identified u, u prime, v, and v prime. All right, so the quotient rule now is, let's see, f prime of x is going to be, so if I've got u over v, this will be u prime v minus u v prime over v squared. Okay, so let's just plug all this stuff in and see what we get. All right, so let's see, u prime would be 3 over 2 square root of x, I'm sorry, 3x. V is going to be 1 minus the square root of 3x minus u, which is 1 plus the square root of 3x, times v prime, which is negative 3 over 2 square root of 3x. Okay, so that's my numerator. And the denominator, all that goes over v squared, which would be 1 minus the square root of 3x quantity squared. All right, so this is our derivative, and you know, the rest of this is just kind of cleaning it up. Let's see, I'm going to multiply 3 over 2 square root of 3x into these parentheses right here. And it looks like that will give me a 3 over 2 square root of 3x. When I multiply this one times this one, well, this square root of 3x cancels with this one down here. I'm just left with a negative 3 over 2. Okay, let's see over here. Now notice that I've got a negative here and I've got a negative here. So I know those two negatives, when I multiply those, becomes a positive. So this is going to be plus, let's see, this times this would give me a 3 over 2 square root of 3x. And this one times this one here, now remember we've already taken care of that negative. This square root of 3x in the denominator will cancel with this one. Looks like I'll just be left with a positive 3/2. And in my denominator I have 1 minus the square root of 3x quantity squared. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen here. Well, these 3/2 are going to cancel out. And I'm going to combine these two. I've got 3 over 2 square root of 3x plus 3 over 2 square root of 3x. Looks like what that's going to give me will just be 3 over square root of 3x. And the denominator is still 1 minus the square root of 3x quantity squared. So if I multiply this big fraction, the top and bottom, by the square root of 3x, then what's going to happen is that this square root of 3x just comes downstairs. So it looks like what I'm left with is 3 over square root of 3x times 1 minus the square root of 3x quantity squared. And that's our answer.